Your mast cells are not reacting to everything equally. They have specific triggers, and identifying yours is one of the most powerful things you can do. This is where MCAS gets very personal because triggers are not the same for everyone. What sets one person into a full reaction may not have absolutely no effect on someone else. And that inconsistency is part of what makes this condition so confusing. So let me walk you through the major trigger categories because awareness is the first step toward managing this. Food. This is the one that most people think of first. High histamine foods like aged cheese, fermented foods, alcohol, vinegar, processed meats, and leftovers that have been sitting in your refrigerator, but also foods that trigger mast cells directly. Shellfish, tomatoes, spinach, strawberries, citrus. And here's what makes it even more complicated. Your food triggers may change depending on your stress levels, your hormones, and how full your overall histamine bucket is that day. A food that was fine Tuesday may set you into a complete reaction this Tuesday. That's not in your head. That is mast cell biology. Next is environmental. Fragrance is a huge one. Perfume, candles, cleaning products, fabric softener, air fresheners, mold, pollen, pet dander, dust, cigarette smoke, exhaust fume. Some people react to wool or latex. Your environment is full of potential triggers, and you may not even realize which ones are affecting you until you start paying attention. Next is physical. Heat, cold, exercise, pressure on the skin, vibration. These are all called physical triggers, and they are real. If you've ever noticed that a hot shower sends you into a flushing episode, or that exercise leaves you feeling terrible rather than energized, that reaction is worth paying attention to. Medications. This is an important one. Certain medications can directly trigger mast cell reactions. NSAIDs like ibuprofen, aspirin are some of the common culprits. Some antibiotics, some anesthetics. Contrast dye used in imaging. If you've ever had an unexpected reaction to a medication, this may be why. Always make sure any provider treating you knows about your mast cell issues before prescribing or performing procedures. Next, stress and emotions. Your nervous system and your immune system are deeply connected. Emotional stress, anxiety, trauma response, even excitement can trigger mast cell activation. This doesn't mean your symptoms are emotional. It means your body is responding to stress chemistry the same way it responds to physical triggers. Next is hormones. We already talked about estrogen, but progesterone fluctuations, thyroid changes, and adrenal stress can all play a role as well. Here's a concept I want you to take away from this video. It's called trigger stacking. On any given day, your body has a threshold. Below that threshold, your mast cells stay relatively calm. But every trigger you encounter that day adds to the load. A poor night's sleep, a stressful morning, a high histamine lunch, a fragrant candle at the office, your hormones. Each one alone may not push you over, but stacked together, they exceed your threshold and your body reacts. This is why your reactions seem random. They're not random, they're cumulative. Start keeping a log. What you ate, your stress level, your environment, where you are in your cycles, if that applies. You're going to start seeing patterns, and patterns give you power. The next video, we're going to talk about treatment because there's a logical order to addressing this, and I want to walk you through it step by step. There's a free histamine symptom checklist is linked in my bio. This is a starting conversation point for you and your doctor because this is where science meets heart.